think I pulled something. Not even kidding. I'm dancing to absolutely nothing. Hey guys, what is up? I am back. Today we have quite a rambly, chatty video for you. Hi guys. Okay, so I have been trying to prep and like organize myself, and I'm a bit of a hot mess today. But nonetheless, I am back. It has just been, I literally think I pulled something, I'm not even kidding you, and I think I pulled something like cutting, I ate pancakes this morning. Wait, where are you guys? I ate pancakes this morning, and I think in like cutting the pancakes, I like did something on my shoulder, and my shoulder really hurts, but just wearing my sweatshirt. I wore this yesterday in a little IGTV that I made for Instagram. And initially when I had first tried it, I actually really didn't like it. I don't know if it was that it needed time to like, I don't know, settle, or I really don't know. I have no idea. I just know, that I didn't like it. But for some weird reason, my skin's been super oily, and it like works with my skin now. Like my skin has definitely, here, let me look at you. My skin has definitely seen better days, but it like works. It's by Smashbox. And I apologize if you hear background noise or people talking to me. I'm gonna do my absolute best to kind of just sit here and focus. But yeah, man, so I figured I'd kind of get back on here because one, I really missed it. Two, I don't know, I just felt like a part of me was kind of missing. And three, I discovered that I can make videos on my iPhone really effortlessly. And I realized that the reason it was so difficult for me to really like make consistent videos on YouTube with like my Canon, like all my equipment, is because it was starting to become really almost like I was, how does that saying go? When you chew more than you bite more than you can chew, you know what I mean? I really was, like I was just doing the most, as they say. So, oh, this is just a lip balm by Glam Glow. I really like it, it's very minty. I'm gonna try and not make it so tutorial-esque because I tend to like get lost in my train of thought, and then I forget that I'm not like, it's not really like a tutorial, it's just a get ready with me. So let me see if I can practice this, but I really just wanted to talk to you about like how I've been dealing with like what's going on and like how it's affecting me, and sort of get your guys's, I don't know, I really want to hear from you guys. Like this is the time where we all need to like, I don't know, kind of come together. Just grabbing any kind of powder. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're just gonna kind of go with it. I'm like gonna set it. But yeah, I don't know. So like, you guys know, and if you don't know, you know, now you know. I do suffer from anxiety and depression, and I don't really like to admit that. Like, I know that I have to admit that for sure, but I feel like I notice with myself, my brain is so powerful that if I'm just putting like a darker, like a bronzier tone at the bottom. If I sit there and I say to myself, yeah, I suffer from anxiety and depression, I'm like, you know, I don't know, and I talk it up, it's almost like, even if I'm just talking about it in that moment, it's almost like I really start to believe it, and I don't want to believe that, because the moment I start believing it is the moment my body like goes haywire. Okay, so I'm gonna do kind of like a simple Smokey. I don't know what we're doing, guys. I'm grabbing this Urban Decay, what's it called? Troublemaker palette. I've never used it, but I'm gonna go in just doing browns, like this medium tone brown. But yeah, so I've noticed like, yes, I have definitely been more anxious than depressed, you know? Like I am anxious even now, and I really hope that you can't tell, because I don't want that energy to transmit, and that's really not even the point of my video here. Like, I don't know, I just feel like, yes, of course, I do feel a bit unsure, but for me, it's more so like I'm used to the unsurety of life, if that's a word. I really am. Like, I have dealt with a lot. I'm sure like a lot of other people. I've definitely dealt with a lot in my life, and I don't know, like I don't really think about it anymore too much. Like I notice I can't. Again, my brain is so powerful that if I allow it to kind of exist and become something, it does become something. And then that's like what I focus on, and that's what, like, I don't know, then that's eventually where the depression comes into play. I'm gonna grab this darker shade with a fluffy blending brush, and we're just gonna do our best, because I have not done makeup in so long, to get it on there and not make it look like a hot mess. Artistic has helped me. So I'm gonna grab this color called Riot, which is like a beautiful bronzy tone, and I'm gonna put it in the outer corner. I've been obsessed with like sheen and shimmer. I don't know, we're gonna just like do that for right now. Let me see. Yeah, and then I'll clean it up later. This has taught me to really lean into what you're really good at and what your passions are. I feel like one of the common things that is coming up for me, and maybe this is just me, I feel like if anything, I'm gonna use Soda Fizz. What's been coming up is like, you know, we have an opportunity to like really start focusing on what we want to do, because if you think about it, everybody's home, nobody has anywhere to be, you know? Why not like lean into that and like just help other people kind of, I don't know, go through it. Does that make sense? I really hope I'm making sense here. But okay, so let me have a look and see what this looks like, because I'm doing this differently. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm doing this differently now because again, I don't know, I just felt like the whole setup and how I was doing everything, I liked it and it's very professional, but I just gotta find like what works for me and what's gonna motivate me to continue doing it and not let it go, you know? And I felt like just the setup alone, I'm wearing my Metallica shirt, just the setup alone would take me like, I don't know, 20 minutes, you know? And it was like a 20-minute setup that kind of annoyed me. Is that bad to say? It did, and it wasn't like the end all be all for me. Like I still did it and I still would do it. But I think that I gotta find kind of like common ground. I mix these two and this one, and it kind of gives me the color that I want, but it is kind of a pain in the butt. I kind of like it. I don't know. I'm kind of like in the middle. You know what I mean? I definitely did my brow over here, but I had to pause the video because there was too much going on in the kitchen in the next room over. So anyways, so now I'm just gonna start shaping my brow at least underneath, so that when I apply a little bit more of eyeshadow and finish off the eye look, it looks more put together. But yeah, kind of just back. So I don't really know if I finished my thought process with the whole, like the situation and everything. It's not that I like want to talk about a bad situation and aggravate the situation anymore. It's just, I think it's important to like talk about it because it is happening to everybody. And as I said before, I feel like everybody is kind of on the same page and we're on the same wavelength in the sense that like everybody's stuck at home. That's a no-brainer. Like everybody's definitely stuck at home. Whether you're working or not, oh, my jersey just came out. Whether you're working or not, whether you are working or not, we all have an opportunity, in my opinion, to kind of get something out of this that maybe means a little bit more, you know? And for me, it sort of brought me back to creating my YouTube videos. I mean, my videos in general, because, well, this is the first one on the channel in a while, and my hope is that it continues. Taking tonic and just putting it in a corner. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's our time to create and our time to like get back to where we want to be. And for me, that just means I think that I like forgot how much it meant to me, you know, to be creative. And honestly, I didn't realize like until now how much pressure I was putting on myself to like make these videos and upload and learn everything and like learn the keywords. And I mean, because that's the truth. Like, if you want to eventually make it so that you can, you know, make a living off of what you love to do, you have to like get smart about it, you know? And it doesn't mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just, you just gotta do what you know you gotta do in order to get the result that you want, you know? And I was like really hard on myself, like really, really, really hard on myself. So I'm gonna take that bronzy tone that we just put back here, kind of back here again. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I was putting a lot of pressure on the fact that, like, you know, in my day-to-day life, I'm a mom, you know, like I got a lot going on, but there's never a point in time where I'm going anywhere fancy or like a true need for like fancy clothes. Most of the time you'll find me in just gym clothes, which is like my preference anyways. But two, it was because I was kind of depressed and I never really wanted to get ready and do stuff. And I realized that, you know, that was a decision I was making, and we all make decisions. And so even though I still feel that way, I'm making the decision to, you know, do something a little bit different, but that's not even really that big of a deal, like whatever. But at the same time, I was putting a lot of pressure. It's so corny to me. It's so crazy that this is like what it is, but it's the truth. I was putting so much pressure on myself because I was like, oh, I can't go on there and film a video and wear that shirt. Like, how petty is that, right? Because you see all these other YouTubers and you're like, oh my God, they have all the money in the world to do, you know, and like kind of my mind for like my thought process of where I want to take my channel, it's gonna take me like a minute, you know, and that's okay. And I think I'm trying to be kinder to myself. I'm using Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. So I'm gonna take the darkest color in this e.l.f. palette, the cream contour. So, but yeah, that's that. Again, I don't know how this turned into like a Bridget tell-all. But yeah, guys, I don't really know. I think we're all going through it, and we're all going through it in our own little way. And I think that it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful opportunity to have a bigger conversation with ourselves mostly. At least, again, this is just how I'm taking this. I think that the universe or a bigger force or God, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're comfortable calling it, call it that. I think that that bigger force is forcing me personally to really analyze myself and figure out, because for the past year I've been stuck on like just some real talk right now. Wow, we're going there? Is this what we're doing? Is this where we're going? We're going there. You know, on some real talk, like I've been stuck on like what other people have been doing to some degree. And I'm like, well, they're not doing blah, 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 and I'm doing blah, blah, blah. Why is that? And it's like, it's just been, I don't know, like this constant roller coaster of emotions, of unacceptance and then accepting, and then just battling myself. And I think that a lot of the times, a lot of the problems that really maybe should never be problems, but even for one reason or the other, it's a lesson where we gotta learn, they are, you know, is kind of like brought on by yourself. And, you know, maybe it's that I had to feel insecure for a really long time to maybe get to where I am now, and like just realize how great at certain things I am and how not so great at certain things I am, and that's okay. Milani, I'm not gonna go crazy because I'm not doing anything today, and I've been putting so much makeup on lately that I'm just like, when I don't wear makeup, I'm like, yes. Just taking the blush. This is by Woosh Beauty. I want a peachier look, so I'll apply it like this. I've been doing my makeup a little differently, just to try different things. Like normally I do my, what's it called? I do this higher, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm just digging it a little bit lower. Like, how pretty am I? Like, I don't know. I just want to be myself, and like, it's quite the journey. This is like my go-to hair these days, hairstyle, because my hair's so long that like, if it doesn't really have like layers or a style per se, it looks bleh, you know? So this is what we're going with. Stay-at-home chic. Okay, let's see. Oh, my lips. So I just go, you know what I realized? I never really explained how I do my lips. So I like how it looks when it's like straight lines on top, and then the bottom is kind of like rounded, whatever. So instead of like going down, I do that sometimes, but for the most part, even if I go down, I kind of go across. I just straighten it out. So I overdrew it too much. Okay, so that's where we're at. Now, I am gonna play around with, it looks dark. I don't think it's that dark. Maybe this is the color. Okay. I don't know, I just wanted like, and now I feel like my lips are way too big. Oh man. I think that when I like stop doing makeup, I just become like rustier and rustier. Okay, I'm gonna just stop it right here. Hopefully this was entertaining enough for you guys. I'm so happy to be back. I'm glad that I can make these videos on my phone. I think it's pretty good quality. I'm gonna try and do my best to just consistently upload. I'm gonna play around with it for right now and see what feels comfortable for me in terms of uploading content. So I don't want to like promise that I'm gonna make like a certain amount of videos and then I don't come through with my promise. Like, I've been there, done that, and it like doesn't feel good. So yeah, if you want to see more of this content, definitely give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah. Peace.